Hello, my name is Sally, and per your request, I am wearing my favorite color and listening to my favorite music, one of which is Vivaldi's Spring from the Four Seasons. One of my favorite things about being a teacher is that when you're working with a student and they're having difficulty understanding something, and then they suddenly understand it because of some other way that you presented the material, and you see the light bulb come on, it's a great feeling of joy. One of the most challenging things about being a teacher is making sure that you're presenting the material in a way that they can understand. There are different learning styles, such as audio, visual, tactile, etc. And every student is different, and every student has a different quantity of each of these styles of the way they learn. So it's important that you understand this aspect for teaching students, whether they're adults or children. When I made a mistake with a student, when I was first had the role of being a learning coach with Connections Academy, I was teaching one of my students, and they were doing great with everything. And occasionally, though, they would write their uppercase and lowercase b's incorrectly in kindergarten. And so, because it was only occasional, I didn't think it was a problem, and I just kind of let it go, thinking that it would correct itself. But it didn't. In fact, it got worse. So that was my mistake on not making a little bit more of an issue, not in a negative way, but just making sure that she understood how to write them. And so what I did was, I knew that she was a tactile learner mainly, and so what we did was trace the lowercase letter B and D, and then with the letter B, we would say both at the same time, baby with a belly, as we're tracing it. And so that way she was using several parts of her brain. She was using her touch, her hearing, speech, and also her sight, watching herself do that. So, and with the letter D, I did Dolly with a diaper, and it only took a couple of weeks, and she never had a problem. Error correction in the classroom is really important. First of all, that you have the right attitude about what an error means. Too many teachers of the old school, anyway, I guess back when I was a student anyway, an error was wrong, it was bad, it was sort of a negative thing. And so for myself as a student, I didn't want to take risks and get it wrong and have a negative response. So right up front, we need to let our students know that they're going to make errors, they're going to make mistakes, and that's okay. It's a way of learning, and turn it into a positive thing for them. If a student seems nervous or untalkative, a lot of times it's not just because they're shy. It may be because they had a negative experience with an adult, with a teacher or someone they were learning from. Even as an adult, sometimes we can run into this. And so the thing is, the teacher may not even know they caused this reaction. What I do is I make sure, and with all of my students, really encourage them sincerely when they do well. I'm really big on praise, and it doesn't need to be lavish, especially with adults, my adult learners, but especially with someone who is nervous, I want to give a little bit of extra encouragement and help them maybe work on something that they are doing well with, to get that confidence up, and then go back to something that they're struggling with. Company culture, I guess the importance of it to me is that the company and I share the same values, because if your core values aren't the same, you're going to be having different aims, different goals, and as the employee, you're probably going to end up leaving the company because you don't like what they're doing or how they do it. So it's really important from the very beginning whenever I'm looking for a job. And I look at the company's core values, their mission statement, and their culture. And companies are doing really well. Like right now, I would say most of them put it right out on their website, which is good. What do I want to learn more about Craving English? What your expectations are. Actually, it would be really beneficial if your website had an English version so that I could read more about your core values and mission statement a little more easily about you. Right now, I have to copy and paste it into Google Translate. Just to let you know, I know a little bit of Spanish, but the way that I learned through Bridge Education Group's courses is a way to teach English without actually having to know another language, which is great.